What do we know about how evening and nighttime meals impact sleep and next day glucose levels and regulation?
Well, the party line is that you should not eat 3 hours before sleeping. And I believe that. And that's true from the studies we've run that people who do have a gap and actually people who walk after dinner have lower glucose the next day. And if you go into the evening with a high glucose spike, in general, that correlates with poorer sleep. We tend to eat late in my household just because both my wife and I work kind of late. And so we tend to eat a little bit later, but I definitely do better if I can try and eat earlier. And then I definitely don't snack before bedtime, that sort of thing. And these days, I try not to make my biggest meal my dinner, which again can lead you into sleep with that. And we always take a walk. We have dogs and walk our dog after dinner. It's become a routine. You mentioned earlier about behavior, and I think the key for good behavior is to get into these routines where you can just get into that. And I think it really makes a difference. So, yeah, always, and as I'm sure you know, going to bed, we had found that in some of our studies as well, going to bed the exact same time, those folks have lower glucose than those who have highly variable sleep timing.
And it turns out that as we go from light sleep to deep sleep and then more rapid eye movement sleep as the night progresses, the brain and body transition through essentially every form of metabolism, glucose metabolism, ketogenic metabolism, a mixture of the two. And it seems like sleep is this, we don't know if it's like a test run or if it's a reboot, or we don't know what to call it, right? But it's just very clear that during sleep, there's a lot of metabolism happening. So when you tell me that getting to bed at roughly the same time or the same time every night improves blood glucose regulation, my first thought is, oh, well, that makes sense because if you go to bed at the same time, then you're eating at roughly the same time, you're exercising at roughly the same time. But it could also be the case that in sleep, we're getting a tuning up of the metabolic processes for the brain and body.